Hi everyone. In this video, I will talk about how we can set up conversion tracking for HubSpot form. Actually, we will go through how we can set up HubSpot form tracking using Google Tag Manager with the user info. Okay, this is one of my test purpose website, and in this website contact page, there is a form that build with HubSpot. There is actually four user field, that is the first name, last name, and the email address. Also there is the phone number. Okay, and this website already connected with Google Tag Manager. You guys know HubSpot form, load form, and iframe. That's why sometimes it's quite difficult to set up the conversion tracking with HubSpot form. Okay, this form built by HubSpot, and this Google Tag Manager connected with this website. Okay, now I want to preview the website and want to check it out, how what's happened and how interacts the form pattern when I submit the form. Okay, this is the page, and I'm going to connect it through the Google Tag Manager tag assistant. Okay, sometimes take time to load the Google Tag Manager preview. Okay, now let's see the page is connected with the Google Tag Manager tag assistant. Okay, now if I fill up this form as example with some test information. Okay, as example. Okay, then if I write here a test message, then if I submit the form. Okay, just look at here, nothing changed and no click event and no custom event here. Then and just there as a thank you message, but also with the thank you message we can't track this from conversion. We can track the form submit because it's load from the iframe. That's why we have to set up a custom conversion using a custom code. Okay, then we can set up this form conversion tracking using user information. Okay, and for that I have to put some code in Google Tag Manager. That's the code. Okay, that is the code for HubSpot form tracking. I have to copy this code. Okay, just I copy this code and then have to go to the Google Tag Manager, then have to create a tag, and it should be a custom HTML tag. Then have to paste the code here. Then triggering should be all page. Now if I choose the all page trigger, then this code will working when someone go to a page where HubSpot form is embedded, and from there when someone submit the form with correct user information, then if the thank you message is coming, then this their event will be fired. The event called is HubSpot form tracking, something like that. The event name will be generally something like that. Okay, and also we can change the event name from here. HubSpot form submit, something like that. We can name the event. Okay, then let's save it, and we have to write the tag name as like that, HubSpot form event listener. Actually it's the event listener. The code will listen a event from the HubSpot form when someone submit the form. Okay, now let's preview the website and the page again. Let's go to the preview mode again. Okay, then let's connect this page with Google Tag Assistant. Okay, then we will find the form in below. Then let's fill out this form as example with some information. Okay, now look at here, there the page is connected and the HubSpot form even listener also fired. Now if I submit the form, just I click over the submit, then just look at here, there is an event fired, that is HubSpot form submit. Okay, And from there, if I go to the data layer, as you can see, there is an user data, that is user data dot address and user data email address and user data phone number. Okay, now we can create a trigger. Now we can create trigger and tag to set up the form conversion tracking. Okay, as example, let's create a trigger. If you know about Google Tag Manager and the trigger and the custom event, also the tag, then you can set up it easily. Just have to go to the trigger section. From there, new trigger, and it will be a custom event, and have to put here this event. Actually, this is a custom event, that's why we have to create a trigger with the custom event. Okay, and then let's name the trigger something like HubSpot from submit trigger. Okay, then let's save it. And also, if we want to capture the user information, user data, then email address, then the phone number, then we have to create some variable. Okay, then new variable, then it's a data layer variable. Then if we want to capture the first name, then we have to take the user data. First of all, we have to take the user data, then user data dot address, user data dot address dot, then there's the first name. Okay, now we can name this variable user data HubSpot form, because there has an also there has an user data from other source. That's why we name this user data first name. Okay, then we can create the other we can capture others user information, user data dot address dot last name, then user data dot email address. We have to take user data first because all of the information under user data. Okay, that's the thing. Now let's see, now let's make a tag for that. Now I'm not interested to create the other variable. You guys can create the variable. Okay, I already tell you the syntax, how you can create the data layer variable for this email address and the phone number. User data dot email address, user data dot phone number. Then if you want to take the last name, then user data dot address dot last name. Okay, then I want to create a tag for that. As example, if we want we can create a tag for Google Analytics, or we can create a tag for Facebook, actually metapixel. Then we can choose here a metapixel ID. It's a constant variable. Then we can take the lead event, because it's something like a lead event. Okay, then triggering should be HubSpot form tracking, HubSpot form submit trigger. Then we have a user information, that is the under enable advanced matching. Then from the advanced matching, we can take the first name. Then we have the information, user data first name HubSpot form, and you can choose you can create other parameter for last name and email and phone number. Okay, and now I'm not interested to create those. Let's name the tag Facebook pixel lead event. Okay, now let's save the trigger, and now let's go to preview mode again. Okay, let's connect the website with the Google Tag Assistant. Okay, just look at here, the Google Tag Manager, Tag Assistant, and the Contact Us page is connected. Now let's fill up the form again. Okay, then let's submit the form. Okay, now as you can see, for this HubSpot form submit, the Facebook pixel lead event, the tag is fired. Then if I go to the variable section, under the variable section, you can see user data first name HubSpot form, this value is triggered. And if you go to there, you can see the value exactly the same value. Okay, and now if I go to the tag section and if I click over the tag, then as you can see, there is the advanced matching list from the name first name, and the value is fired and everything is working. Okay, hopefully you understand the process. I will add this code in the description. Okay, let's then you can set up the HubSpot form tracking easily. Okay, hopefully this you like this video. If you like this video and if you want to watch a video something like that, then you can like the video and you can subscribe this channel. Okay, thank you so much.